Okay, so this is my Q&A. Well, these three words would be creativity, intensity, and accessibility. So creativity, obviously I go so beyond what a normal guitar can do, what people expect out of a normal guitar, and I have invented all these crazy tuning systems on this guitar, my drum system, my pickup system, my sound effects, my sound design. All these things are unique. The second one is intensity, because, well, my background is deeply rooted in hip-hop and metal, and this metal side of mine always pops up in almost every song of mine, where there's like a lot of ups and downs and dynamics. There's quiet parts, there's very intense parts where you want to headbang and your hair is flying all around, like in my song Intergalactic March. And the third thing is accessibility, because despite all these techniques that I use, all these modern techniques and things that I've invented, the music in its core, my music, is still very simple. There's just a few chords, very simple melodies, very catchy hooks. That's what I'm trying to write, basically. It's really hard to pick up just one, because I've been doing music for so many years and I have different eras of inspiration. But I would say guitar-wise, acoustic guitar-wise, probably still one of my biggest inspirations is John Gom, my good friend, and I call him my spiritual vector. It means that I want to be like him when I grow up. He's like a musical father to me, so I would say that it's still John after all these years. Well, that's a very broad question, because again, I wrote 7 or 8 albums of music already. Sometimes it comes from technique, like, okay, you installed some new things, you try them out, and you see, oh cool, now it sounds cool, so this riff. Sometimes you think about some thing like Intergalactic March, okay, it should sound like March, it should sound like big and huge and aggressive and metal, and you already have this, well, kind of concept in your head. Sometimes it can come from using some effect, like pedal effect, like we use some delay, for example, that repeats your sounds when you play, and then you suddenly feel like inspired, because, hey, look, I just played a few notes, but the delay just makes everything so much bigger. That's how I compose my song Back and Forth from my Round Trip album. The most challenging technique is not the techniques, but the rhythm, I would say. That's something that's so important in fingerstyle guitar, specifically in percussive guitar, because, well, it doesn't matter which techniques you use. If they're not on time, then everything falls apart, and it doesn't sound like music. It sounds just like somebody's banging on their guitar. So the rhythm is a lot of times overlooked, and I believe this is the most important thing. Everything should start with the rhythm, because fingerstyle guitar is not necessarily the most melodic genre, but it should be rhythmical to be convincing. Well, I'm excited about everything, because I have never been to Taiwan before, and it's just gonna be a few days that I'm gonna spend there, so probably I'm not gonna be able to see everything. I'm excited to share my music there for the first time, because that's my biggest passion. Of course, I'm gonna try everything what I can get my hands on, you know, like food and music and streets and photography, all the things that I can find, all the things I will find time for, I will do that. And of course, I gotta find a couple of local chips, because gains are important. Okay, I think that's it for now. Thank you all so much, guys, and see you in Taipei on the 29th of July.